Lord Monckton, I want listeners, especially new ones, to understand we're not joking around about this. They're openly saying they want to arrest us. They want to send people to prison for the tiniest of environmental crimes. This is their tyranny. And we were talking there in the break. You talked about how they tried to prosecute and use the terrorism unit for whoever leaked the East Anglia emails, proving they knew it was a fraud.
Yes, the university called in the police, and the police sent in not an ordinary investigating unit, the IT unit or something like that. They sent in the domestic terrorism unit of the Serious Organised Crime Agency. Because now, in Britain, anyone who dares to say or do anything that questions global warming, even on the soundest of scientific bases, is regarded as a terrorist, a threat to the state, and somebody who should be locked up. And the only reason they haven't locked us up yet is that they know they aren't yet quite far enough in control of this subject to get away with it. They know that if this goes anywhere near a court of law, and it would still have to, for the moment anyway, then they would have to produce evidence, and of course we could then produce the evidence showing by measurement and observation that global warming is not going to be a global crisis. The moment a court hears that evidence, it's going to say, how can you possibly accuse people who are producing serious scientific evidence like this of being terrorists?
But let's stop right there. Let's stop there briefly because we're almost out of time. I mean, if you had to simply in 1 minute state free humanity's position and the position of these tyrants, I mean, how much trouble are they in?
They are very close to losing it in every way. They've lost the argument, they've lost the public, they've lost the debate, they've lost the United States. I think they've still lost China, notwithstanding the concession on Tibet, which I'm quite sure was connected with climate change, and it is a disgrace. They've lost all these things, and in their growing desperation, they are thrashing around and lashing out in all directions. But that is what a dying beast does. And we may perhaps be, if not months, perhaps years away from seeing this beast finally die. And this will do the international extremist left great harm. They should not have backed the wrong horse on this one. They should have got off long ago, but they stayed with it, and now they're about to come last in the race. And once again, there is still the chance that we can keep the world free and democratic. And the main reason why is that your Congress and your Constitution stands, whether Obama likes it or not, whether anybody else likes it or not, in the way of anyone who dares to take not only your freedoms as Americans, but our freedoms in the rest of the world away. So God bless your Congress, God bless your Constitution, and God bless America.
In closing, I would just ask you this. I mean, looking at this, if we're able to defeat them, 20, 30 years from now in history, they will be known as Phase 2 of the Nazis, repackaged in a liberal shell that failed. They'll be known as the eugenicists they really were.
That's quite true. What is curious is that the policies they advocate would inevitably have the consequence of increasing the world's population dramatically. If you make people poorer, and that's what their measures intended to do, then you raise their populations. Make them richer, as our policies are intended to do, and their populations stabilize. They've got it completely wrong, as they have everything else in this debate.
And the Royal Commission on Population in '49 actually found that. They said we could industrialize these people, but that would make them a military threat. So we'll just let them live in squalor and have 8 kids and, just hope that most of them die. And now they want to cut the carbon off to these people and then hope that'll cause an implosion. Lord Monckton, thank you so much for spending time with us. Scienceandpublicpolicy.org is the website. We'll talk to you again soon.
Real pleasure. God bless America.